Morning everyone, hope you're well. John here for my Monday motivation. So yeah, let's get going. So this week I'm doing greatest sporting moments in my life. And we're going to kick off this morning, Monday, with the 2005. How can I not start with the 2005 Grand Slam winning occasion? Because, it's the best sporting moment or best sporting occasion I can remember. There's lots of others this week I'm going to be doing that aren't so biased as this one. But, So, it really hit home for me, this one, because one, being a very proud Welshman. Two, we haven't won a Welsh Grand Slam in such a long time. 20 odd years, and I'd gone through that 80s, and we're getting used to losing, But what got me into this one was 2 weeks ago, or last week actually, I was at a function with Rob Howley, Martin Williams and Steve Jones, and Martin Williams spoke about his favourite moment, and he spoke about the 2005 Grand Slam. And it was special for him because the group of players that won that were ones that 2 years previous had got the wooden spoon and lost. And then came back and won the Grand Slam 2 years later. So I thought, that was, one was a lovely little snippet from Martin Williams. I thought that, what does it mean to me? Because I remember exactly where I was. It's one of those moments that me and my wife luckily went to watch it on the big screen outside City Hall. If you watched it or you remember it, tell me what your favourite memory was. I'd love to hear that. Put it below. And if you've got any sporting moment that you just remember that I'm not going to cover this week, let me know, because I'd love to hear your feelings on it. But there were three things that I took from the 2005 Grand Slam winner. One was they were total underdogs. So the day of the underdog, they were written off to begin with, but then they got momentum as they went. They won for one game, then they won the next, and they were playing some really good rugby. Those rugby fans out there, I love my rugby, as you can tell. I'm so passionate about my rugby. I love it. Funny enough, I went up to Rob Howley. If he's on here or watch him, I'm going to meet with him one day. I said to him, I want to meet Warren Gatland. I'm going to start coaching. And part of that is I want to surround myself with some great coaches. I love Rob Howley. I think he's up there. What they've done with the Welsh team over the last 12 years is amazing. So I'd love to meet with him, and I said I'm going to meet Warren Gatland. I've done his autobiography, and I think he's a legend in his own right. So I'd love to meet him, and I will. I know I will. But anyway, the underdogs coming through, great story. The other thing was what comes with that is that they've had to play. They played with such confidence. They threw the ball around. Shane Williams scored so many tries. I think the special try for me was Ireland, where they passed it all around. They were knocking it all through, and then they whacked it under the posts. Kevin Morgan, what a try. Shanks passed it out to him it was a great try. That for me got me bouncing. But the confidence they played with, it built over time. Now, an example for that for me, from my own life, and I think I've used it before, but I'm going to use it again, was how confident, my circle of confidence comes from when I was doing the Ironman. And I remember getting my wetsuit on in the car park, walking round, and there was a guy there with real sweating. His face looked like as though he was going into, like, I don't know, a Royal Rumble with Hulk Hogan. He was in a but I was cool. I knew I had it. I knew I was confident enough. I'd done the training. I was ready to rock, and it just built through me. I was having fun. I was enjoying it, and that's where I think these guys got to, was they enjoyed what they were doing. They loved it. Load of snippets. I'm very lucky to be mates with a lot of them now. And talking them through it, that for me is a special, special day. But the big thing for me was they made history. You can't take that away from somebody. They made history. I just can't help but thinking that's such a big, prominent moment. That they made history, and that'll never be taken away from them. Those group of players will always be Grand Slam winners. Always. And that team talk that he must have done before he went out, or the team talk they had in the change rooms, must have been about that. You're going to write history today. And it said so flippantly, but it's true. I just thought, I've done my hat. It was my sporting moment. My 5 minutes is up. Okay, but have a great week. Put down what you think's to you. and have a great week. Enjoy it. Crack on and see you tomorrow.